Hi, I'm Hannah,
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Ariana.
and we are focusing on temperature impact on coho salmon population in Anchorage, Alaska. As a group, we wanted to investigate the relationship between climate change, specifically the rise of atmospheric temperature in Anchorage and how that affects salmon population. Our research question is, how does an increase in atmospheric temperature affect salmon population? We hypothesized that if atmospheric temperature increases, then salmon population will decrease. Some background information is Anchorage, Alaska is located in the south central region of Alaska, shown on this map. Wild coho salmon is the specific type of salmon that we're focusing on. Salmon plays a large role in Native Alaskan culture as it makes up 52% of Alaskan diet, and July is peak season for salmon catching.
For our methods, we plotted the coho salmon fishery yield as a function of the mean July temperature for a 10-year period. So on our graph, you can see that this is the number of coho salmon in millions versus the average temperature in degrees Fahrenheit in July of Anchorage, Alaska. And our data somewhat supports our hypothesis that the increase of atmospheric temperature leads to a decrease in salmon population.
So we originally hypothesized to see a negative linear correlation, but we actually found that there's a polynomial curve. And the data shows that up until about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, the population of coho salmon is increasing. But once the temperature bypasses that peak, the population of coho salmon actually begins to decrease. So we predicted that there is actually an ideal temperature for salmon populations. And once it's bypassed, then that's when we start to see the population decrease. And it is predicted that in the year 2030, global temperatures will raise by 1.5 degrees Celsius. And we predict that there will be a 9.78% decrease in salmon population. And we found that using a percent decrease equation. So from our graph, we found the maximum was at 60.574 degrees Fahrenheit. And we converted that temperature into degrees Celsius, added 1.5 degrees Celsius, and then converted that back into Fahrenheit. And we found that 66.5 degrees is our projected 2030 average temperature of Anchorage, Alaska. And then we used a percent decrease equation, as you can see there in the bottom, and we found that our percent decrease is 9.78%. Thank you for watching our presentation.